Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, first of all, I would like to apologize for the lack of a fancy or good-looking thumbnail. I can't even find a good picture of this guy to make a thumbnail with. That's how unimportant he is. That's how much of a background character he is. I can't even find a good picture of him to use as a YouTube thumbnail. He's been in 4 seasons of the show, the past 4 seasons. But yeah, this is Scott from The Walking Dead. He has been on the show since season 6, so he's been in 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, for season 9, he could get killed, but I'm kind of just sort of like 50-50 on him, just kind of give or take. I don't particularly care about the character. You know, Tobin was my guy. You know, Tobin was the guy I really liked, and they killed him in All Out War. And Scott just hasn't had like any lines of dialogue. He never gets screen time. I don't know what the deal is. I guess they're just afraid of giving the Alexandrians any kind of material whatsoever. You know, Barbara's the same way. Barbara's even worse because she's been on the show since season 5, and literally 5 years she's just like survived because she hides in the background. She never talks. Same as Scott. They never talk. They never get screen time. But I mean, I guess if they're not important to the plot, it's just sort of to have familiar faces that we see and recognize over and over. So I guess I understand, but yeah. For season 9, as to whether or not I believe Scott will die, like I said, I'm just kind of 50-50. I don't really care either way. And I wouldn't really be surprised if they kill him off in this season or season 10. I do feel like Scott will either die in season 9 or season 10. Now, a lot of people are saying that he's going to be one of the heads on Spikes, or they believe he's going to be one of the heads on the Spikes, one of the 12 heads. Now, if you had watched my 12 heads on Spikes video, I did not include Scott as one of the 12 heads. But you have to understand, I'm just having fun with this. It's just fun, you know. It's just fun to speculate who the 12 heads are going to be. I mean, I'm not going to be heartbroken if I get all of them wrong. And I wouldn't want to get all of them right. If I got all of them right, that would be no fun. Like, I want to be wrong on some of them. I want to be surprised on some of them. The point of that video was to just give my best possible guess as to who I believe the 12 heads on Spikes will be. I'm just trying to have fun, and you know, it's exciting. I'm excited for that part of the comics to be adapted. I've been excited since like season 8. Like I've just been excited for it, especially with Angela Kang at the helm. She's been doing great lately. The first half of season 9 was great, so I can't wait to see how she handles the 12 heads on Spikes, and it's just fun to talk about. Like I said, I don't necessarily care how many of them I guessed right, how many of them I guessed wrong. It's just a fun, exciting thing to talk about. I mean, we're getting the back half very soon. The back half starts airing in next month. It's less than a month away, so we're gonna know. We're gonna get the answers. Like, we're getting there. Like February, March, April, probably April. We're gonna get the 12 heads on Spikes. That's only 3 months away. Cannot wait. But with Scott, I mean, yeah, I didn't include him as one of the 12 heads, but I could have easily put him there. It wouldn't have made a big difference to me. It wouldn't have mattered to me that much. I could have easily switched him with a minor character, you know, something like that. But I mean, if it was 13 heads, he probably would have been the 13th head. But yeah, he could be a head on the Spike. That's very possible. But like I said, he could either die in season 9 or season 10. I don't see the character making it to season 11. I don't think that he's meme worthy. They'll probably kill him off before then. I don't think he's going to be the next Tara or anything, just like the next character that lives forever and like downright makes people mad because of it. I don't think they're going to do that with him. I think they're, you know, they want to keep him around as a recognizable face that's been around for a long time, because it's important to have those. It's important to have a couple of those characters that, you know, in a show like where the show is now, where there's 6, 7 different communities and hundreds of characters. It's important to have a few minor characters that are just, they're in 4 or 5 years straight and they're in the background, so that when they do die, it's kind of realistic and you're like, oh, that person's dead. It's a familiar face that your brain connects the dots with. That's the point of Scott. No, nothing else. He's not a major character. He's not going to get character development or anything. They're just going to kill him off, and they're waiting long enough to kill him off for something important, like either the Heads on Spikes or the Whisperer War, or just a casual death in a fight or fighting walkers or something, so that once he does die, our brains go, oh, that guy's dead. We recognize that guy. He's unimportant, but we recognize that guy. That's the point. And I can understand that purpose. It does make sense. Like I said, if you're going to have hundreds of characters, you do need a few characters like that. They're just backgrounds, but they're familiar faces. So like I said, either season 9 or season 10, either or, it doesn't really matter. He does know how to use a gun. He did fight during All Out War, so he could play a role in the Whisperer War. He could easily die in the Whisperer War. You have to think. They can't just kill everyone in season 9. They do have to save some characters for season 10. Season 10 is going to kill characters too. Now the 12 Heads on Spikes in season 9, that's a big one, and they might take a break from killing characters off for a few episodes, but that's it. Then it's going to go back to business. There's going to be the Whisperer War. Someone's going to die during the Whisperer War. In the comics, it was Father Gabriel. Negan broke Lucille, fighting Beta. A few minor characters died. But yeah, in season 10, during the Whisperer War, some familiar faces are going to die. It might be major characters. It might be smaller characters. Something like that. But they are saving a couple of characters for season 10. You have to remember that. They're not just going to wipe out everyone this year. Some characters are going to die during the Whisperer War. Personally, I think Scott would be a good fit. That would just be his 5th year, so he's not going to be like Tara or anything, and people are going to start making fun of him. He's just that background extra that's a familiar face. If I were to say a specific reason as to why he won't die during the 12 Heads on Spikes, it's because I already included Barbara as one of the 12 heads. And I think between Barbara and Scott, I think one of them should live to season 10, one of them should be one of the Heads on Spikes, and the other one should live to season 10. Because Barbara and Scott are they're two of the 4 longest lasting Alexandrians, other than Aaron and Enid. In season 5, there was like 100 Alexandrians, and the show literally killed off all of them. All of the original Alexandrians, to a point to where it was almost kind of laughable and unrealistic. You can almost blame Rick's group for getting them all killed. Between all the attacks and all the Whisperers, and so many of them died during All Out War, you could literally blame Rick's group for coming there and killing all of them, because they're all dead. All the Alexandrians from season 5 are dead. They all got wiped out. All the original Alexandrians are dead, other than Aaron, Enid, Barbara, and Scott. Just those 4. And Scott was off screen during season 5. He was on the run with Heath. He showed up at the beginning of season 6, but he's still kind of an original Alexandrian. So it's just those 4: Aaron, Enid, Scott, Barbara. I feel like you should have Barbara or Scott be one of the Heads on Spikes, and then Scott, and then the other one, whichever one you choose, they die during the Whisperer War in season 10. That way, it just kind of splits it up and stretches it out a little bit, makes it a little bit more realistic, because they've already done their share of wiping out the original Alexandrians. And I chose Barbara as one of the Heads on Spikes because she's not a soldier. Scott, at least, is a soldier. He can at least die during the Whisperer War. He can go out fighting. He can get killed by Beta or something. And the Whisperer War does need casualties. Now, Barbara, if she's alive during the Whisperer War, she's just going to hide and hold Judith like she did before. That's what she did in All Out War. That was her contribution. She hid and she held Judith. That was it. So I think she's a good fit for one of the Heads on Spikes, because she's a normal person that doesn't want to fight or be a soldier or kill or anything. She just wants to hide and hold Judith, pretty much. And Scott is at least good with a gun. So I think Barbara makes sense for one of the heads, and Scott makes sense for dying during the Whisperer War. But I could completely have it asked backwards, and my feelings aren't going to be hurt if I do. So, like I said, either way, Scott will either die in Season 9 or Season 10. I guarantee it. He is not making it to Season 11. That would surprise me. But yeah, he's either going to be a head-on spike in Season 9, or he's going to die in Season 10, most likely during the Whisper of War. That's my prediction for the character. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now, we are at 317 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 400 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters. We are 83 away from 400, just 83. We can get there. We can get to 400. Cannot wait to get to 400. So yeah, very excited for that. And with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.